like you.
Hi, On the Cusp is where we meet again. Welcome to The Cusp. Welcome to On the Cusp with Daphne, a place where inspiration meets evolution. And if you're new to the channel, I'm Daphne. As per intro, I'm Daphne. I bring you insights on UK job opportunities, support thereof, matters of immigration, information on life hacks, how you can survive and sustain yourself in the UK. Please subscribe to this channel. Remember to like this video as well as share it with your contacts. This helps a great deal. Not only is your support needed, but it's highly appreciated. Thank you for staying with me. And to my returning subscribers, big ups to you guys. Thank you so much for the love, the support, encouragement, and helping the channel to grow. I highly appreciate you and value you. Thank you for your ongoing support. So stay tuned to the channel so we can go through the step-by-step guide together. So what I'm going to show you is what I referred to in this video about teaching you how to fish. Not just giving you fish in hand all the time. Teaching you how to fish and helping you to go out there and seek these opportunities for yourself. Yes, I'll continue to bring you more as I come across them, but this is going to be a good guide. This is going to be what I would do if I were looking for a job in the UK today. This is exactly what I would be doing in this video. Stay with me so we can go through the step-by-step guide. And if you've not subscribed already, please consider subscribing to this channel as I continue to bring you more value-adding information. And don't forget to like the video as well as to turn on your notifications bell so you can be notified when I post a video in future. In recent weeks, I've posted 2 videos about who is still recruiting in the UK for healthcare workers overseas, for overseas based healthcare workers basically. I posted these 2 videos which I will link at the top and below in the description box for you to see and hopefully get going applying to these positions as they become known to ourselves. The most important thing is to share them with you whilst they're fresh. What I decided I'll do though today is to pick 1 or 2 of these names that I've dropped in these videos and go through their websites and hold your hand and show you a step-by-step guide as how you'd go about applying for these vacancies that we talk about. Please like this video as it helps YouTube to recommend the video to other viewers and hopefully it gets seen by more people and as such gets to help more people. Thanking you for your support. Stay tuned to the channel so we can go through 1 or 2 websites together so you can see what they are all about. So our search is going to start on any search engine of your choice. I've typed in find a job DWP. And this will lead you to a government website, which we're going to go on to. So some information about the site. It just tells you to find full-time or part-time jobs in England, Scotland, and Wales. Use the Find a Job service to search and apply for jobs. The service has replaced the previous service, previously known as Universal Job Match. So we're going to start here. So on here, typically when you are applying for a job, you'd obviously create an account and sign in. For the purpose of the exercise, we're going to select healthcare assistant. It's coming up already. And we'll go to, let's say England. It could be Northern Ireland, it could be anywhere, Wales, wherever you want to go. So England comes up with Northwest England, Northeast England, different parts of England, basically Southeast and so forth. But to make your job easier, presumably you're out of the country and you're not all too familiar with where each area is, I'd suggest we go with the UK, which is a more comprehensive search of all of them together. So as you can see, it already comes up with 4,000 jobs in this category of healthcare assistant jobs in the UK. To fine-tune our search, I'd like for us to make sure we come to the bottom of the page where we will select a full-time job because in order for a certificate of sponsorship to be issued, you need to be in a full-time position. And just to be sure, we'll just say permanent contracts as well, because you cannot be issued with a certificate of sponsorship for temporary or part-time positions. So it's important that you put the right filters before you search. So that's reduced jobs to 2,285, which is still quite a huge amount of jobs, I reckon. So here we go. Let's go straight into this one, which is healthcare assistant, advertised on the 22nd of June. So it's a salary not specified, depending on experience, additional salary. Full-time hours, closing date is in August, and the job is based in Reading. It's a permanent job. So let's say apply for this job so I can show you what you ought to be looking for. This is a generic page about all the NHS jobs. It just tells you how you'll apply for this job. If you already have an NHS jobs account, what you do, and if you haven't got an account, what to do. So we're going to skip this page because it's something you can read for yourself. So we're on to the job now. Healthcare assistant, Genesis Care, it says. It sounds like a private clinic. So again, these are not the kind of places that are likely going to issue certificates of sponsorship. It seems like a private clinic. I'm not sure. I don't know how big it is, but typically you want to look for NHS employers. You want to look for residential care homes, rather big government companies, if you will. They seem to be more easier to or more amicable to issuing certificates of sponsorships. So that's the job summary, main duties, a little bit about them. It goes on talking about the job description, key areas for your role. What we're looking for, as I'm scrolling down so fast, is the part that talks about the certificate of sponsorship. Each and every job advertised will have that bit talking about the certificate of sponsorship. Your key responsibilities are mentioned here. Job person specification, disclosure and barring service check, which in the video I've linked for you is your police clearance. It's called different things. Some people call it CRB, but the latest terminology is DBS, which is disclosure and barring service. So we've come to the end of the ad, and there is no mention of the certificate of sponsorship. So for a job like this, I would typically not waste much of my time inquiring. I would instead go to the next one in line. So like I said at the beginning of the video, this is what I would do exactly if I were looking for a job today, being outside of the country. This is what I'd be doing. So take these tips and apply them as they come to you live. So this is a different vacancy, which is based in Leeds, up north. Closing date, June the 30th, which is in a couple of days' time, but that is fine for the purpose of the exercise. I just want to show you what to look for. So it says healthcare assistant, Leeds, West Yorkshire. This is the going rate, £9.50 to £11, which I think covers the certificate of sponsorship hourly rate, and that is the postcode, I think. So let's say apply for this job, see what it comes up with. We're going to skip this page because we already know what it's all about. So here comes the details of the job. Closing date. Look at the role. These are the things you want to look for. Healthcare assistant. You're going to be working on the wards. Full-time position, working 37.5 hours per week, which is some of the hours, someone like myself, I'm contracted 37.5 hours per week, permanent, and this is based in Leeds. The company itself is Spire Healthcare. Spire is a group of private clinics that is spread across the country. They've got many clinics across the country. I have worked for them in the past as a bank staff nurse in a position of bank where I was just going to them part-time on my days off. A very good company to work for. So that's the job description. I'll not go into it. I'll let you read that. The benefits are also listed there. Person specification, as you get with every other job. Disclosure and barring service check. You can see this is a mandatory field to be completed. Now comes the part of the sponsorship. This is what we're looking for. Applications from job seekers who require current skilled worker sponsorship to work in the UK are welcome and will be considered alongside other applications. For further information, you can follow this link. So this is the kind of job you'd want to be applying for. It just goes on further here, talking about the importance or the need for the criminal record. If you've lived outside of the UK for however long, it's just general information really. So again, these are the employer details. But the most important thing I wanted to show you about these jobs is this bit here, this part here about the certificate of sponsorship. That's what you want to see, if they can actually offer you certificate of sponsorship. And these are their contact numbers. If you're calling outside the UK, this would be how you call them. But again, it's something I don't suggest you do, wasting your time to inquire about, not time, but rather your money, calling when you could actually send an email. And again, don't waste an opportunity. If you're going to be sending an email, I'd suggest you send an email with complete information that is required, with your CV, hopefully with all the necessary documentation that is needed. Shall we look at perhaps one more job if possible? See, one more. Healthcare assistant. Where is this one at? In Blackpool. Okay, so it's a different one as well. Let's go there. Same story. We apply. We skip this page. And go straight onto the details of the job. And this time, yes, it's still Spire, but this Spire is not in Leeds. This Spire is the one in Blackpool. So can you see how many of these Spire clinics there are? And they are also issuing a certificate of sponsorship, which is rather encouraging and rather good news. And that's the number to call them if you are outside of the country to inquire further. But again, my guess is HR might just be a little overwhelmed, or even if they're not overwhelmed, it's not really the best way to inquire. You can just ask maybe one or two things, but try not to call if you don't have to. So I'm looking for something from the NHS, if at all possible. If I can find something from the NHS. This one is in Cardiff, North Wales. Let's skip that and look for something from these. I wouldn't waste my time applying for them. It's very rare that, let's see, perhaps I could be wrong. GP practices. See if they can issue a certificate of sponsorship. I did not think they can. Let's just see. And it's also a learning curve for me. This bit is a learning curve for me. Job description. And right, that's quite a long job description. Person specification, employer. Yes, I didn't think they will issue a certificate of sponsorship. So if you see any of the GP practices that are recruiting, it's unlikely they'll issue with a certificate of sponsorship. We want to be looking for NHS employers. We'll go to page 3 and see what we can find. I'm just doing random ad hoc searches here. So where is this one? Middlesex, which is not too far from here. The role of a healthcare assistant, 12. Okay, some are paying quite good money. All right, so let's focus on this one. Additional salary depending on experience, full-time, mid-sex NHS jobs. Let's go for this one. See if they have. Ideally, as I said, you want to look for companies such as Spire, as well as the NHS, any of the NHS jobs. Good salary. So you'll be working as a band 3, salary is negotiable but starts from 20,300, which definitely qualifies you for a certificate of sponsorship. And here we are. You're invited to apply alongside other candidates, so your application will be considered alongside these other applications. And in most instances, or some instances at least, there aren't enough applicants within the country. So if you're lucky enough to apply directly to NHS employers with the right information, right documentation and evidence, you might just land yourself a job. Okay guys, I hope this video has been helpful and you can start applying these real life tips as you search for these opportunities and know what to avoid when searching for these jobs, to save your energy, not to waste your time or employers' time, so you know exactly what to prepare, what to look for, what to say, and how to best place yourself for these opportunities. There are many, as you can see. If you start searching this website regularly, you'll see just how many jobs are posted on a regular basis. So perhaps on a weekly basis, that will be a good guide for you to start assessing and seeing for yourself what we are referring to. I will nonetheless continue to bring you other opportunities outside of this website that we've explored in great detail today. As and when I come across them, as and when I speak to them and they tell me they're still recruiting, I will bring you the information. So make sure you subscribe. I really appreciate your support. Please like the video and turn on your notifications bell. Don't forget to share with your friends and family. Thanking you for staying tuned. Remain on the cusp with Daphne, a place where inspiration meets evolution. Let's continue to evolve on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Thank you. See you on the next one.
No one can do it like you.